Hello, Steve. Thank you so much. I have been indeed talking for the past 20 minutes. Welcome, everyone, to the live. My name is Rafael. This is the Friday evening live that I'm sure that. Oh, my life. I have been talking about many interesting subjects. So let's just recap a couple of them. So since the last time that we've spoken, we have all agreed collectively that this camera that I'm using now is the best one to use. I figured out how to use the guitar, so you can hear the guitar. And we have released as Astrodog Band Media a podcast, which I would invite you to go watch. And I have prepared here a way to show you. You can't hear it because I don't have a way to showcase the audio from the podcast, which is a shame. But it is an hour long. It is on the Astrodog Band Media YouTube channel if you'd like to go and subscribe. We have currently 16 subscribers. Hey Peter, how's it going? Miss Sold is it will be an interesting thing to, yeah, I probably would catch up, and you'll understand because on the ongoing of what I'm talking about here. So last year that we recorded a couple of weeks ago, and it was produced by Caden Media, Anthony, that does the photography and videos of the open mics, was a really interesting experiment that we have just started, and we started by interviewing a young indie band called the Mandrills. The Mandrills, in case you don't know, it's the name of a species of apes, but they have this sort of feature on their face that is the same as their logo. Let me just move so you can see the logo. And we did a live recording of two songs that are peppered throughout the process. So there is one at the beginning, and there is one around 2/3 of the podcast. And it was really good to have an opportunity to chat with these guys. You know, they are in their 17 years old, sort of thing, going into college, doing music, and they have 2 singles out on Spotify. They just added a new member. They are really influenced, like by the Strokes and Arctic Monkeys and even Beatles and stuff. And you never know. You never know. Maybe they'll evolve to become a cult following band or not. But at least it's great to have them. We just did the open mic at the Leighton Institute once again this past Thursday. We had 9 acts, 5 bands, and each band takes around 20 to 25 minute sets. So it was a busy one. We were packed from 7 p.m., although the doors really only open at 7, but it's the busiest open mic that I've ever hosted, and it's the busiest one that I've even been to. And we had like solo performers using backing tracks. We had a guy doing sort of Dylan-esque stuff. We had rock, metal, new sort of indie pop all-girl band that was really good as well. We had a grunge sort of vibe at the end. So it was a really busy open mic. And Steve says they're giving a platform to next year. And a lot of the bands, I'll say half of the performers were young people that are into music and are studying music, for example, or just into music. Lois, for example, has a few songs out and is participating on a songwriters contest that she's finalist, going to London today, I think. Or she went to London today with her parents, and she's only 14. As I was saying last time, there's the new generation is definitely continuing to do music, maybe even before than the previous ones. So yeah, so if you can go have a look at the podcast, we're gonna do more episodes. We're gonna record another one very soon. If not this Sunday, the following Sunday. It is a lot of work, but I think the production by Anthony with the light and the cameras and the editing is really spot on, and it's worth watching if you have an hour. If you can just listen to it on audio, it is available on all major platforms. So Astrocast is the podcast to go listen to. But yes, like I do a few open mics here and there. Although I feel like open mics are sort of a like it's hype now to do to have open mics in your space, because it attracts not only the regular patrons, but it has the artists that come and their families and everything. But places that invest in having a good atmosphere and promote it, I think that they benefit a lot from it. And there is a lot of young people that are into it. I do like to see when there's some cross pollination of young and old, like the not so the August open mic we started with a guy that I think he has been playing guitar for 60 years or something like that, and then there was a guy that's been playing guitar for 2 years, or a few months, or they don't play guitar and just sing. It's like the first time singing in front of an audience, but it's all welcome, and the important thing is, in my opinion, is to be supportive, not to tell them lies, obviously, but to be supportive, to like compliment when they're doing good, and to provide platforms for people to be cool. At the end of the day, that's what everyone wants to be. It's like, oh no, I feel cool and I feel comfortable and I feel confident. And that's our goal. It's not world domination. It's just the Wild Coast. Who knows? Maybe if one day it becomes the whole world. But I think that will lose a bit of the charm of what we're doing right now. The goal is not to try to get people from across the globe on a Zoom chat. It is really to showcase Blackpool as a town with a lot of talent. Nashville wasn't always Nashville. And the Beatles came from Liverpool, which wasn't a musical town, particularly before. Peter, for example, Peter Collins, that is here, is in a band called Miss Souled, which is a soul band, and they have very good performances from what I can see. I see they perform for Preston, Charlie, a bit through the through the Northwest. Steve, I'm laughing because he said Tiny Desk better watch their backs. You know, again, they have an interesting concept, right? And people from all over the world go there. So we like the Portuguese had the enormous privilege of having a traditional Portuguese guitar player go there. Does that appeal to the people of New York only? Probably not. Was I happy to see it? Absolutely. So who's to say that this can't become something where we attract people from the local community to play, to showcase their talents and get to know them a bit better, and then help them be found by a new audience. Not necessarily a radio station, although BBC does do like BBC introducing and everything, but it's the first episode. I don't want to get too hyped about it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and I'm the one that does the list, so I can only imagine. You guys can imagine what sort of work goes into it. Interestingly, the gear that was used to record the podcast, that's why I bought the Zoom R20. We use dynamic mics, and I stupidly passed my mic to one of the guys, and that messed up the whole editing process. So hopefully lessons that I can learn to implement in the future and not do more harm than goods to the guy. So Peter, that was my fellow co-host, and or my fellow host co-host, and Anthony, that is doing production, and hopefully we can get him as well a mic somehow, probably condenser mic, for him to be able to participate, because sometimes I think it's interesting to have the opinion of the person that is behind the scenes. And we spoke with the Mandrills, the guys that were being interviewed this past Thursday, because they went to support the open mic, even though they were not themselves playing at the open mic, but they were saying that they really enjoyed the experience. They all watched it with their mates, and that's the goal. That's the goal. We have also the support from the Late Institute, which is where we recorded it, and where we do the open mics. So as you can tell, it's a great room. I think it has a capacity for, I want to say, 500 people. or something like that, and has sprung board flooring, which means that it really moves, has a top tier PA. So it's really ideal, and we're very happy with this sort of partnership. Which leads me to the next point of the live today, and this is why Steve very pointedly and probably from experience asked me, like, if you're talking, maybe check if you're actually live, because I wasn't live. I was just talking to myself, really. But it's good because it gave me a bit of an outline of what I wanted to talk about. So a lot of places have and pay for live entertainment, right? So they hire us as musicians or as a band or to host open mics or to do karaoke or something like that, right? And promotion goes usually, from what I see, along the lines of a poster, an event on Facebook, maybe share it with some local communities, such as the group chats and Facebook groups and things like that. Okay. But, okay, I think there's a better way to do that. I think there is a way, so each band should really, or each performer, and I don't have it, but I think ideally it's something that I need to look into, have promotional material such as good recordings, videos, so sound recordings, videos, a highlight reel to show, if you cannot have like a big Instagram social media presence or TikTok or something, so people can share clips, something that is possible for people to see what it's all about. For example, let's use my example. I want to go play somewhere, right? And they ask, what sort of music do you play? And I say Portuguese and Brazilian music. Who knows what that is? No one knows what that is, right? So I could, if I had, let me see if I can actually even showcase a little bit here. So if I wanted to play maybe on a clean channel, so can you hear the guitar? Olha que coisa mais linda, mais cheia de graça, ela menina que vem que passa, num doce balanço a caminho do mar. Right, so that's a very well-known song. That is a Brazilian song, but it could be also the ela não larga mais que o telefone, ela já não quer conversar com ninguém, mergulha de cabeça pra ter insome, me diz pra que tanto serve, onde a mulher volta está caindo, que ela não vai se abalar. Você fala, ela finge estar ouvindo, ela vem da jantar. Alright, you could say, oh, that's not really what we're interested in. But at least I can give some context. For example, I say Portuguese songs. No one really knows, maybe files or something like that, but it's not, oh, I know a Portuguese song. I think the camera is having a bit of might start overheating, but let's see. So de manhã cedinho eu salto do linho e vou para a paragem, devo de leite à espera do sete, mas não por viagem. So there is some context there. If you say that, oh, as Astrodog, we are going to be playing, what does that sound like? It's a duo. What does that sound like? What does it look like? What songs do we play? That's why I've seen more and more posters with a list of bands that people will end up taking a few songs from each band and playing, which is a better alternative. Sometimes the poster itself is an indication of the style of someone. I know a guy here, Paul Wolski, that is a very good musician, and it has like this almost gothic sound sometimes that he plays, and these instrumentals that are really good amongst some more popular covers. And he's just put a poster out to play at the backstage in Cleveland on the 22nd, I believe. And it is very demonstrative of the sort of music that he does. But maybe it would be even better if we could have a highlight of him performing those songs, right? Going one like a medley. Or I could have that, or anyone can have that. And I think that's something that as entertainers should be considered to budget in. Besides the gear that we have for venues, they should start budgeting in pictures and videos of the drinks that I have, the space that they have, features. Do they have Wi-Fi, or are close to transports, or parking, or location is, should people come from farther away to visit them? Why would that be the case? And then hire content creators, which in this day and age it seems to be the sort of thing that it's a bit of a buzzword as well, but it's someone that is able to do video, photography, editing, design, a bit of everything to do that. And sometimes it's just using Canva. Yes, but it takes time, and it takes ability, and it takes planning, and it takes regular upkeep to have engaging social pages. Because either we want it or not, every space these days, or every business, is a sort of a brand as well. That means that they need to be on the forefront of people's minds, which is very annoying, because for example, I would just rather play music and book good musicians, and that be it. But I want good musicians to be paid properly, and in order for them to be paid properly, the places that they go to play need to be filled with people that are spending behind the bar to do that. Obviously, we are going through a cost of living crisis still, although it seems boring to continue to mention it, but things are still very expensive to what they were 5-10 years ago. And spending money on alcohol is not always the priority, but it is the business, the music business, at least at this level of local entertainment. It is deeply connected to the business of selling alcohol. It seems it is what it is. It's just an excuse for an excuse. No, it's a reason to support spending of money. Other ways that there's apparently that there exist. Other ways that exist for artists to make money, from what I hear, not that I've tried it myself yet, is merch. And I just want to share with you an experience. This is not a sponsored anything, but it's just an experience that I've had recently. So, for example, if you look here, when me and Peter are on screen, we are twinning, not on purpose, or well, we are on purpose dressing the same t-shirts, but it's not just because we want to look like twins. That's why I wanted to go with that. It is because we have bought these t-shirts that have on the front the Astro Dog logo and name. So when you're doing the open mics, people can tell. But on the back as well, it says like content creation, event management, photography, videography, and the tags of the Instagram. And some places, or some, I've heard a lot of people say that merch is the way to go. And okay, this was my first attempt. So this, let me see if I can, where we're going to go. So you can't probably tell. Let me just put this farther away. You can still hear and then we're gonna have to zoom in. I'm gonna have to show. So with Canva, there's designs, t-shirt designs that you can sort of use. Okay, and you might be wondering why are you using Japanese? Because the original design had Japanese, and then I used Google Translate to translate from English to Japanese some words, like the names of the business, the band, to whatever. And then on the back, can I show the back? Am I able to show the back? I'm going to show you my back. You could tell that I did a few more things. So this is my idea for, or at least a prototype. It's a t-shirt that I wanted to make for myself, if anything else. But in terms of trying to make something that looks cool, has some affiliation with the band itself, or with GigHub, which is the booking vehicle that we're using. So, and it's not too hard to make. So, for example, you can use Canva to get the designs and then put them on Street Shirts, which is the company that I've used. I think they're based in Yorkshire somewhere, and it takes a few days. Yes, that's a good idea. That's a proper good idea. Thank you, Steve. Steve is actually my producer. You don't know this, but he should be. He's acting as my producer at the moment. So let me show you again. So these, okay, this is at the front. It says Ingalandro, which is English and Japanese, and Portugal, which is Portugal in Japanese. And then here is GigHub, which is GigHub in Japanese as well. And then on the back, I'm going to have to zoom out, otherwise I don't know if I can hit it. But on the back, it's as well, you'll see what it is. So my bum, you can see my bum. Right? So this was a template. So the back was a template from Canva, as well as in the front as well was a template from Canva. And then I just adjusted the words and the images on Street Shirt. And then I asked them to print it. And they did in a couple of days. I don't know. I haven't invited anyone, but it is possible for anyone that wants, I think at this point of the game, to join me on this stream. I don't know if Steve would like to join me on this very interesting conversation, or Peter, or anyone else. That standing up and sitting down just got me a bit breathless. But yeah, we have as well. So as I was saying, we have the t-shirts for when we're hosting, or when we're playing. I'm not sure. As a band, like when we're playing as a band, do you wear your own merch, or is it a bit like I don't usually see that. The t-shirts are more like staff working, and then these ones could be for the people to buy if they want to support and to have something related. But I don't know. I once wore the band t-shirt, the previous iteration, at the gig, and I felt a bit like, I don't know, maybe because I got a hoodie, right? So if I want to bring something, I can bring that on, but then underneath, just a normal clothing, or just like normal clothing. You're quite wrong, Steve. That probably would be more engaging than whatever I'm doing here. But I think the people do deserve to see some mukbang. Yeah, I think about it. Like, what sort of imagery and colors would you like to have as a soul band? Maybe it's something. Maybe it's not something that says "Miss Soul," for example. Maybe it could be something that says "Soul in Preston" or "Soul in Northwest Soul" or something like that, and then have "Miss Soul" as a smaller, so it doesn't look straight away as merch. That's what I'm going for. That's my idea, because that's what I see the cool bands do. It's like you create a clothing business, a clothing branding situation, and then that is linked to the music. But it's not just like I saw somewhere the other day, like just band name. Sure, or a lot of times like some album art, and then underneath there's lots of ways of doing it. Like Nirvana has band names, Metallica has band names, so it can be a band name as well. I'm not saying it's wrong, but sometimes there are tangents that you can take. Yeah, yeah. Peter is saying here that they tend to go for black clothing and shades look, which I have a question. For example, this one is black, right? Which is great when I'm, for example, if I'm taking pictures or if I'm trying to be inconspicuous around the stage and stuff. It's like roadie black. Okay, but if you are the band, maybe black is not the best color. Maybe lighter tones should be used, or have a color palette for the band, because a lot of the backgrounds are black, and then it's black against black, in my opinion. If it's a white thing, I think that's why I like white guitars, which on walls I despise, but live I like them, because when pictures are taken, it's very easy to, they reflect the light, and it's eye catching. It's the same way that I think binding is still so popular, because it outlines the guitar, or maple necks, right? A lot of these things are tone wise and building ability, but I think that a lot of it was also how these things look on stage, like yellow tweed or TV yellow, or something like that. Black amps to not be seen, but Fender grills with Fender logos to be seen. That's why, like, the custom colors that are the pastels. For example, my Yamaha guitars, the silent guitars, I always get the comment from people commenting on the guitars themselves, which I say it's to showcase the outfit. It's always mine, and it's find other jokes. Someone asked the other day if I was like, if it was an incomplete guitar. It's like, yes, I'm still waiting for the other parts. Exactly. So there is logic behind the madness. Peter is saying that the singer wears something fancy, she's the main focus of the band. Exactly. There is enough historical reference to pick up these things. But I do like to see a plan. This is handy info. I've been thinking about merch for a while, but I'm clueless. Well, you already have a great sense of fashion, Mr. Cassidy, as you can tell by your straps. Let's tell about straps video. I do have some lanyards here if you want to review some fetching lanyards from the policy department of the government. Apparently, teal is very in this season at the UK government. But other than that, yeah, I would recommend street shirts to use. They have loads of types of clothing. So they have t-shirts, they have different types of t-shirts. This is the basic one, which on the website doesn't look like much. It's Gildan, which is 100% cotton, and the large is slightly bigger, and I like it. So if you want an XL or something, I'll do for you, probably an L would be enough, which is what I have, or even an M. The lanyards, yes, the lanyards. They have hoodies with no pockets, just hoodies with pockets, hoodies with zippers and pockets, which I just got. They have polos, they have tank tops, they have kids. Okay, it's back on. So on OBS it didn't stop, it stopped here. So street shirts, again, if you have they have as well, I don't know why I'm doing an advertisement for street shirts at the moment, but here we are. They have AI generating image ability, so you can prompt something and it create images that are rather good. I think it's like Midjourney sort of level of quality, which is really cool if you want a logo or some imagery to put on the front of the t-shirt or on the back or something like that. Why did I go for street shirts over competitors like Spring Tees? Because Spring street shirts are north of England. They are based here, and I don't know where Spring Tees are based. And street shirts they send within a couple of days, and I've tried them once, and they've continued to provide. I think it was Peter actually, my friend that ordered from them, and I ordered them. That was as simple as that. There was not a great plan, and the clothes like these prints haven't disappeared immediately. They've been washed for a few times. Yeah, you can do, if you want, I can help you. I can do the design. I can create a promotion, right? And then you buy the promotion, and it might be slightly cheaper to do it that way. Because I already have an account, a seller account even. Yes, indeed. Was it because the no, wait. I thought you said you had like some money back, but Peter is saying that I once got some packing workers Bella Italia receipt in my street shirts delivery, which bonus. So this is Peter that I was talking about. Remind me, you ordered a t-shirt first, right? And then you showed it to me, and that's why I then went again and ordered. And was it them that if they don't dispatch within a certain time, they give you a bonus as well? And they sometimes do 20% off. So if a t-shirt is £12, right, 20% off might be over £2. Yeah, that was it. You gave me your voucher because you're not gonna buy. That's why. See, I'm always benefiting from my friends. They always give me things, and I never give them anything. Peter mentioned here as well that you also get random vouchers. He still has a £5 voucher that he still needs to use. So there you go. I ordered a t-shirt for Dexter, which is the kid that he plays very well guitar. And we asked if he wanted to volunteer, so I got him a t-shirt as well, which is handy. And if you just do one side, it's only £10. And you can do a promo. So if you do a promo, you can decide the price. Usually it's not much lower than what is showing already on the website, but you can put it a bit higher. So if you want to do a Steve Cassidy special, and you want to sell it at £15, meaning that with each sale you make between £3 to £5, and you sell to thousands of subscribers, that's there. It's a nice trip to somewhere. But yeah, I think Peter can prove. I've ordered the heavyweight one, which is Fruits of the Loom t-shirts. I didn't know any of these, but apparently that it's a well-known brand here in the UK for good merch and children's school clothing. I think, I don't know. It is personally, I don't prefer it. It's a bit more rigid. It's a bit tighter. So the L is smaller. I probably needed an XL. But it's good quality. As I said, I have the hoodie and a zipper with the hoodie, and it's good. And even the most affordable option, the most affordable option is very good. And you can just buy Gildan t-shirts and like do iron print. But I was looking at the logos themselves, and the logos themselves of the iron prints are expensive as it is. This time next year, yes, loaded to all your fans. It sounds horrible to say that you can make money out of your subscribers, but there you go. Peter's mentioning here that Fruit of the Loom is quite a popular brand for merch. Yeah, but it's a bit more expensive. So a two-sided one, I think it's like £18 for a t-shirt. But then again, maybe that's something that people will be like, oh yes, but this is the Fruit of the Loom, so it's there. The option is there. The option is there. I don't know how this turned into a merch. I mentioned it. I brought it up. I did. I got the order these t-shirts, and one just at Geek Hub, and another one for Astrodog for Dexter, and the Zipper. But it all comes like, because it was a few items, they all come rolled in one. Like they had the hoodie and then the t-shirts all in one, and like in a bag, which is great because I don't need little bags and cardboard boxes and everything. So it's good. It's good. Yeah, they last longer than cheaper brands, and sometimes if you want to have something that does prevail adversities, goes over, continues to exist, um reduce the environmental impact, it's a good choice. They also have fitting, like men's fitting t-shirt. I can just show you. I can just show you. I don't know why I'm trying to think. It's just because I've spent quite a lot of time when we did the Astro Dog t-shirt. So it's this one. The quality on showing again is not great, but so if I'm gonna put myself here and even smaller, you don't need to see much of me. So this is the t-shirt, the Crew t-shirt, which is Gildan. And this is the back. So the logo, Peter created the logo, and then I spent some time on Canva matching the colors to like the gradient and everything. And then we have the things here. But if you can create your t-shirts, and the way that you choose the way that you choose the clothing, it doesn't say, like, for example, it doesn't say Fruits of the Loom, which it's a missed opportunity, I guess. But this is the one. So if you do front, if you do back, it adds £2. So let's say, what images do I have here that are family friendly? Should be fine. Exactly. So I can use this one here, right? And if I wanted to do something on the back, which would be the 2, they will tell me there is an added cost of £2.99, right? So £18. Okay, but if you buy in bulk, there is a discount. 5, it's 50p per item. 10 is £1 per item. So I ordered 5 things. It got a bit more discount. If it was up to me, it was up to me. But if I knew then what I know now, where is it? Where did I put it? Is this it in documents? Nope, it's not. I would have done these t-shirts differently. Yes, that's. I refrain from saying that, but I will also have to ask Marcy because I don't do my laundry. I don't. I'm not smart enough to manage those little machines. Okay, I'm tired of this. So what I mean. Canva is the designing machine because, for example, they have AI that you can say, if anyone has a prompt, think of a prompt, and we can try it out here. But what I did was I created designs in Canva, and then I downloaded them. You can print straight through Canva as well, but it's more expensive. So you downloaded them into something. Says I can use a computer, multi-effects processors, multi-track recorders, but washing machine. Exactly. Well, how synthetics, cottons, darks, lights? No idea. It's called weaponized incompetence. I know. I'm sorry to be like this, but it's just the way it is. So if you put it here, okay. So when you go here, so you can put easy to use washing machine, right, as a prompt, which is dumb, but we just wanted something to try it on. An iron, it's not just so much the buttons, but the skill itself of using the ironing, skilling the ironing board and tool. So you just need to wait a little bit, and then you do the thing. Alternatively, once you've done your first order, you get an account. They give you an account, and you can then create a promotion that you can choose how long it goes on. It can be from 10 days to I think 6 months or a year or something like that, and then you can just share that link. It's straight to consumer as well, so you can just have the link if people can buy it from there. So for example, if you wanted this very Steve Cassidy washing machine right in the front here, right, so there you go, very swanky washing machine. And then you could, if you wanted to do it all here on Streetshirt, you can then add like text, and you put washing machine for men, right? Washing Machine for Men is the name of our new band. This looks horrible. This looks horrible. This looks absolutely atrocious. Washing machine, just washing machine is better. The for men is a bit on the nose. Washing machine, and then there's loads of things to choose from, like this one. Cool. And just like that, you have a t-shirt. Comic Sans, I don't know. We can look for it. I don't think they do, but they have loads of them. Chewy, which is like Comic Sans. It's similar. As you can tell, it's amazing. But this is not how I did it. So the way I did it was I went on to Canva, did all the wording and everything, and then I get the files, import them in. They also have background remover if you forget to download as transparent background. Otherwise, it will just print a black box around your design. And then on the back, instead of these, you can delete these, and you can put your design again. Once again, I forgot to take back the black borders. And here you go. Because here you can like change the colors of each individual border, the words, the things I put, like for example here, event management, content creation, photography, videography, open mic, gigs, bookings, community, and fun. Which like no one's gonna read this at this distance on my back, but if they do, and I put Astrodog here and Gig Hub here, just for a bit of fun. Yeah, absolutely, Peter. If you already have the logo and everything, using a different sort of page or software to get the images and letters as you want them, because for example you might want to add a bit of shading. For example, for the Astrodog one that we did, I tried to do a bit of a glow before, but then the glow doesn't print particularly well, so we just used this with the shade behind it for the new prints. For example, if you want to do a gradient with letters, it's not possible to do on the page web itself. This image is not just one image, so it's like 3 or 4 images. Well, it's 3. It's the dog, it's the background, it's the circle frame. So yeah. Hopefully that's you see here around the dog. There's a bit of a glow that is not quite at this distance. It looks all right, but on the t-shirt itself is not. I think now I know that the t-shirt, the first one that gave me the voucher for, is a year old, and none of the plastic has come off, and we've washed it regularly. So yeah, it seems like my internet is having some issues. How's the sound and how's the image of this stream? Would you be able to tell me? Is it all right? Is it better than it was before when you guys were watching? Just let me know. I'm using a Fatheads, which is a boost. Are you picking up too much background noise? I have a noise suppression and a limiter on the OBS. When I was playing it, the voice, it seems to be dropping out for some reason, although I have things. Stellar. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Some complimenting happening. I'm currently on the process of doing another kit guitar. So the offset pink birds and everything. Ah, thank you, Peter. He says it sounds good on the thing. I had sprayed it black and sprayed it a bunch of things. It's a bit glitchy occasionally, but it's a network thing. But I upgraded to 1 gig on Virgin, and I have a hub right next to me here, but no. So I'm painted it tangerine or orange. So I'm waiting for this to dry. I don't even know if I'm going to put lacquer on top of it. I'm just going to go orange, and then just install the things. I will need to get some pots and pans, no, pots and switches to do the thing, but it's going to be with black pickguard and black headstock with black tuners and a tremolo from the Squier Jazzmaster, and it should be all right. I just want it over and done, and maybe then put it on a wall on a local cafe, and they'll be well happy to have a Blackpool Tangerine guitar on the wall. So there is that. You want to see a picture of myself in 2015 when I was working at the Crown Plaza. I don't know how this turned into that, but this was me, much younger, almost 10 years younger now. Now I have a beard and more hair somehow. So there you go. Go check our podcast once again if you can. The Astrodog Band Media YouTube channel. It is great things are coming. So by all means, have a look at it. If you need any help with merch, let me know to help, or probably not, but here we are. And that's it. I usually am not here on a Friday. I'm only here today because the place I was going to be doing the open mic couldn't host it tonight, so that's why I'm home. But until next time, take care, everyone. And I'm now going to end the stream, and like when I finished the stream and didn't start the stream. Steve, Peter, both Peters, and everyone else that might watch this in the future, thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a good weekend. Cheers.